Hey y'all, it's your girl Allie. Look, y'all, is there so much going on? It's like I'm trying not to think about it, but my spirit won't let me not think about it, won't let me rest. Y'all know how I make the statement that white people done did shit to everybody. Indians, Jews, blacks, even they own whites. I've been doing a little research, right? Because I like to state facts. So when I say white people have done shit to every race damn near, I want to give you a little something to back that shit up. Indians. American Indian Holocaust, aka the 500-year war. The American Indian Holocaust was the world's longest Holocaust in the history of mankind. Yeah, I got Indian in me, so I feel that pain. The death toll was 95 to 114 million Indians. Christopher Columbus murdered 500,000 natives. The biggest killer of Indians was smallpox, measles, influenza, whooping cough, whichever one you want to say, y'all know what I'm talking about. Typhoon, bubonic plague, cholera, scarlet fever, all imported by the European colonists. That means it came from European colonists. White people. Genos means race or tribe. Inside means killing literally or murdering an entire race or tribe of people. The 5 categories of activities of a genocide or genocidal. 1. Killing members of a group. And when we say group, y'all, I mean a race. Pretty much that's what I'm saying when I say group. Well, I see that now with the healthcare system and in the police. That's how I see that. I see that with us. Even there was a form of them doing that with the Indians, but I see that with us. Causing serious bodily and mental harm to members of a group. I can see that with the education system, y'all, and with the police system. I see that to this day. Deliberately inflicting on a group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in a whole or as a part. I see that with the jailing system, I see that with the education system, and I see that with the housing system to this day. And that's not just affecting the Indians, but that is affecting black people. Imposing measures intended to prevent birth within a group race. Y'all, with that, I see that pretty much with the jailing system. We too smart for them to be able to get over on us like they did the Indian women and sterilize them. We too smart for that right now. So they're getting us with the jailing system. Number 5, forcibly transferring children or a group to another group. The Indian boarding school, that's all I gotta say about that. And y'all, I see like with what I just said, the transferring children of a group or to another group. I see that with that immigration reform and that trafficking shit. To this day, tactics, the same tactics they use in 1819, it's up in the 20s. In 1937, y'all, excuse me, y'all, I want to say prequel, but I don't know. Pequot Indians were exterminated by the colonists when they burnt their villages in Mystic, Connecticut, and then they shot all the other people that were there, y'all. And when I say other people, I mean the children, the women that were trying to escape. They shot them too, along with the Indians. American genocidal policies. And that's basically, the things that Americans use to inflict harm on Indians. And really, shit, y'all know how long ago that was. When I tell you these 6 that I wrote down, guess what? It's still relevant to this day. Mass execution, biological warfare, forced removal from homelands, incarceration. In the 1970s, y'all, that's when they were forcing the surgical sterilization of the native women, y'all. Like sterilizing them, they didn't know this what they were signing the paper for. Pretty much that's what. And the prevention of religious practices, y'all, and that is a big part of like people's culture, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a big part, especially of like Indian culture and like African culture. They have a lot of, like hoodoo, voodoo. Natives are really, spiritual people to me. So, when you mess with somebody, spiritual beliefs, you know what I'm saying, and try to make them conform to your beliefs, because a lot of people don't believe in spirituality. I do. A lot of religious people, that's bull. And then a lot of spiritual people, they don't be as much religion as bull, but it's just like they just feel like I'ma just get out there. I ain't gonna even say no more about that. To each his own, y'all. But pre-Columbus arrival, the land defined as the 48 continuous states of America number in excess of 12 million human beings. 4 centuries later, so what that's 400 years later, it was reduced by 95%. So basically, out of 12 million human beings, after Columbus came, there were 237,000. How did that happen? In 1493, Columbus brought 17 ships to enforce and to implement slavery and mass extermination, right, of races, of Indians, blacks, in 3 years, 5 million were dead. 50 years later, the Spanish census recorded only 200 living human beings out of 12 million. When it was pretty much kind of getting to the end. Okay. British intentionally gave Indian tribes blankets that were affected with smallpox, killing over 100,000 Indians. So in 1851, Congress passed, because y'all always wonder, like, how did the Indians get their reservation? So I guess they were just their reprobation in a way of the white men killing them. So, alright, y'all, here lost my train of thought for a minute. But anyway, y'all, like I was saying, in 1851, Congress passed the Indian Appropriations Act, right? It created Indian reservations and provided funds to move the Indian tribes into former reservations to hopefully keep them under control. They were not allowed out of the reservations without permission, y'all. So basically a form of slavery for them. But you gave them, you gave them their own shit. And then you told them they can't leave off their stuff. And then another form of containment, y'all. So, y'all, look up the Dawes Act, DAWES Act of like 1871, y'all. Look that up. So basically, after they killed pretty much all the Indians off, they, even though y'all, it took so long. That's why they call it the 500-year war, because the Indians weren't taking it. That even though they were being defeated in a lot of ways, y'all. Excuse me, y'all. They did fight back, y'all. So, they had their reservations and their casinos, and then they have funding. I believe they go to school for free. If you got a certain amount of native Indian, you can go to school. You can get some money. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the situation that went on with the Indians. In case you didn't know. All right, y'all, Jews. We gonna hit on the Jews right quick. The Jews, it was a Holocaust, y'all, or they called it SAR. I think that's what they saying. SHO apostrophe AU SAR. I think that's what that's called. Forgive me if it's not. But the Holocaust, y'all, everybody pretty much know about this, if whether you Jewish or not. You know a little something. You done heard this in the history. And it pretty much was an ethnic cleansing, y'all. And the motive for the white people doing what they was doing was for some y'all know the word I'm trying to say, and then racism, pretty much. That's pretty much the only word I need now. So, this took place during World War II, y'all. It was pretty much a genocide of the European Jews, y'all. Between 1941, but as early as 1939, y'all, between 1939 and 1945. So that's what, 6 years. Nazi Germany, in its collaborating, people, whatever, that, murdered some 6 million Jews. In 6 years, so that's damn near like, if you break it down, like 1 million Jews a year. They murdered them by mass shootings and extermination through working concentration camps and gas chambers and gas vans, y'all. And they also, they boycotted the Jewish businesses, so people couldn't make a living because they tore their businesses down and boycotted them. Some shit, kind of like what the shit is happening on right now. Kind of like what's happening kind of in a way now, but it's black people doing it to white people. Businesses. The Holocaust, y'all, it was led by Adolf Hitler. And y'all know a couple of other names, but y'all know I don't know how to pronounce those names, and I really don't need to know how to pronounce those names. So nearly 7 out of every 10 Jewish person was murdered because of their race. Just point blank. Like, they killed you just because you were a Jew. Not because you stole, not because you raised something, not because you murdered somebody, just basically because you were a Jew. Period. Nothing else. You didn't have to, just because you were born a Jew. Nazis also killed Roma, which were called gypsies back in the day, y'all. Disabled people, gay people, black Jehovah Witnesses, and their political opponents. Facts. So not only were they killing the Jewish, they were killing gypsies, which I don't know if that's offensive, so I should call you Roma. I don't know. If it was, forgive me. Roma. Disabled people, gay people, black people, Jewish people, and their political opponents, y'all. So the punishment for them doing this was on December 11, 1946. So the UN ruled the genocide, the Holocaust, to be a crime, right? So Adolf Hitler killed himself before he could be brought to justice. That's what they say, y'all. Some people say he didn't kill himself, but hell, I don't know. But anyway, he disappeared. Whether he killed his fucking self or somebody else did, or he just went and hid like a coward. But as recent as July 2015, a Nazi guard, Oscar Groening, I think that's what that is. He was 94 years old, y'all. He was convicted of, I guess, hate crime, you know what I'm saying? So, but most of the Nazis that were doing it, y'all, they went into hiding, which most cowards do when they get caught. They go into hiding. Cause y'all, I'm just, like, I ain't seen no Ku Klux Klan walking around here lately. No men with, I'm talking about, the ones with the mask and the gown. I ain't seen that shit lately. I wonder what would happen if we saw that. I wonder somebody bold enough to try it. I'm just saying. So anyway, he was bold enough back then, so hey. So y'all, the Jewish Holocaust Memorial Day is January the 27th of every year, y'all. So January 27th, that's, a day that they remember all those people that were lost. All those people that that was murdered by Nazis. So the reparations for what they and their family or whatever had to go through, y'all, is Germany did pay the reparations, y'all, $89 billion to Jewish victims of Nazi crimes, their family members or whatever, over 6 decades. 6 decades. So that's 60 years, right? Decades going 10, so over 6. So damn near, over 60 years, they paid $89 billion and still regularly revise and expand guidelines for qualification to get this money. So basically, that's what the Jews got, for going through what they got. I mean, going through what their ancestors went through, right? Y'all know what's going on with us, you know what I'm saying, the black people, right? But before I hint on it, I just want to say, because a lot of white people feel like they ain't been touched. They so silly sometimes, they don't know. Yeah, you have. But I'm going to tell y'all like this. Y'all been touched like with the collateral damage. With the 9/11 incident. That was your government, boo. That wasn't no terrorist. That was your government. AIDS. COVID-19, polio, Ebola, H1N1 swine flu, the Zika virus. Y'all, if any of your people passed or suffer from that, when some shit is man-made and put out to destroy, like I said, ain't nobody. It is a such thing as collateral damage. We're gonna leave that there. But you know what your reparation is, boo? White privilege. You still gonna have it. As long as you here, you gonna have white privilege. So, you know, that's what you got. Shit, that's always been y'all reparation. Yeah, y'all ain't need no reparation. But I'm just saying, that's your reparation. White privilege. From the 18th, 19th to the 20th century. But of course, you know, you gotta do something to keep other people contained, y'all. Because that word contained just really was bothering me, y'all. Contain and control. So, y'all, I'm going to hint on, you know, us, because y'all already know what it is with us. So, I kind of just wrote my thoughts down when it comes to white people killing black people or doing, you know, genocidal things to us. So, basically, y'all, I wrote something out, because I just wrote my thoughts out. In God we trust. Make America great again. More like, to me, make in Lucifer for name we trust, right? So, let me get a little bit comfortable, y'all, because I really want y'all to hear what I'm saying, because these are my thoughts. And once again, y'all know I don't give a F by how nobody take nothing, because guess what? It's my thoughts. And I have a right to express my thoughts. Do racist white people think if black people were to outnumber them, that we would enslave them? Is that why racist white people try their best to contain us with jail, housing, education, and denying finances for our homes and black businesses? White racist people, y'all ain't got to worry about that, right? Y'all ain't got to worry about black men raping your women, your men, and children, right? Y'all ain't got to worry about black people breaking up your families, you know, by sending them to live in other states away from you with no form of, to contact you or, you know, like you don't know what it is. Like you just, you know, they're not going to break your family up. They're not about that, right? Black people ain't about that. You ain't got to worry about black people making you cook them soul food, y'all. That good chicken greens and mashed potatoes, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. You don't have to worry about black people making you cook them soul food while they give you slops to nourish your mind, body, and soul, right? You know, y'all, where you think chitlins and pig feet came from, you know what I'm saying? You know what? That alone will kill your ass. You wouldn't be able to function out there, because you wouldn't know what to do with it. If I gave you some intestines, some shit that animals shit out of to eat, you wouldn't know what to do with it. You would probably eat it raw and end up dead from an infection in your body, just real stuff. But you know, a lot of times black people know how to make lemonade out of lemons, and I'm just keeping it real, my thoughts. Anyway, moving on. You don't have to worry about white people, black people making you work without paying you anything, or, you know, putting you on a heat box, knowing, you know, that alone will kill you, and not 80 degrees, but like 100-degree weather in a heat box. And I know y'all know what the heat box is, right? If you don't do your research, you ain't gotta worry about us doing it like that. And y'all, that goes to show, when you do something that you deliberately know that can kill somebody, you just don't care. It's like, I just replaced them with another one. I'm not like making this up. This is facts. That's the thought of behind it. You don't have to worry about us, beating you into bloody white meat. It's hanging from your wounds, because I whip you with a whip. You don't got to worry about us doing nothing like that. And then, the only reason I'm doing it is because you didn't work as hard as I would have liked you to do, right? Not that you're not working as hard as you can for my family and my abundance and success. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about that. Do y'all hear me? Not that you're not working as hard as you can, but you're not working as hard as I would like you to do so my family can be successful and have abundance and stuff. Not yours, and you doing the work, and you got a family but mine. Y'all ain't got to worry about that part, though. Y'all don't have to worry about that, and you know why? Because it's not in my DNA. It's not in black people's DNA to do shit like that, to even think like that. So y'all ain't got to worry about that. So if that's why y'all trying so hard to contain and control us, we ain't about that life. That ain't even of God. That's not of God. That really is some Lucifer shit. What y'all did when y'all was doing the most back in the days to my ancestors, that shit made us stronger, y'all, right? Have you ever heard of what don't kill you make you stronger? That's facts, boo. Period, right? So in 2020, y'all dealing with a stronger, smarter, educated N-I-G-G-E-R, or you could say N-I-G-G-A, however you want to put it. That's what you dealing with. Because that's how y'all would say it. But me, I would say y'all just dealing with a stronger, smarter, educated black race. But we can use your lingo. So, y'all, when we say history will not repeat itself, that means we wouldn't even go there. Like, we wouldn't even enslave y'all. So if that's what all this shit all about, like, you ain't gotta worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not our DNA, boo. That's Lucifer's DNA, and we of God. So I don't know how y'all get that out of, but I'm sure somebody, you gotta be thinking some crazy like that, because it's just you're doing too much. We are of God. We're not of Lucifer, you guys. Good would always conquer evil. Evil will do its thing for a minute, but good will always conquer evil. That's why you got a heaven and hell. So basically, devil, your children have did their reign on this earth or universe or world, whatever you want to. So look, God has released his hold on his children, y'all. Do you hear me? God has released his hold on his children. Y'all have played with my father's creations, your father's creation, because we all come from one. Y'all have played with his creation so much to the point where, hey, enough really is enough, right? And he really ain't took his whole hold off us, but he just gave us a little room, right? But with that being said, when I say that about y'all, just you on this earth acting like you God, and see, that's one person you don't play with. You could play with Indians, you could play with Jews, you could play with black people, you can even play with your own, but what you ain't gonna play with is God, because he got soldiers too, you know what I'm saying? And they about that life too. Y'all better realize, y'all know who Jesus hung out with. Who Jesus hung out with, y'all? Who was his 12 disciples? What were they about? Don't play with me. Anyway, if you born a male, y'all, and then you questioning, am I a male? If you born a female and then you questioning, am I really a female? because you relate or you choose to relate to something else. Well, I'm gonna choose to relate to the opposite sex of what I was born, what my creator made me, what he sent me down here to be. So I'm gonna make up my mind to do this. So, oh well, right? So God doesn't define me or who I am, right? Right? He don't define you or who you are, even though he created you, right? Y'all, I am his and he is mine. If I was born a woman, I'm a woman. Now, if I get on this earth and I want to act like a man, so be it. Y'all, let me tell you a little story about that, and then I'm gonna be done with it. So when I went to the gynecologist, right, stuff is changing so much, and y'all playing with God so much. Let me tell you what this woman asked me, right? I guess this is what they finna start doing, right? I'm at the gynecologist, not like just a regular medical doctor that the gynecologist. A gynecologist is for women, right? Not for men, just for women. This woman got the nerves to ask me, was I born a woman? And if I wasn't born a woman, was I born a girl or boy? And if I wasn't, like if I said I'm born a man, then if you was born a man and you a woman acting like a woman now, she was like, when did you do that? And then she was like, who do you refer, like even after I told her I'm a woman, she was like, who do you relate to, being a woman or being a man? What the fuck you mean? Like, I'm a woman. Whatever I was born, that's whatever my creator sent me down here on this earth is, that's what I am. And what I choose to do and how to live my life, that's a whole different thing. So I'm like, so now men gonna go, when they go to their physicals, y'all gonna be asking like men, like, are you a man, or was you born a man, or if you are a man, do you relate to being a man? Come on now, you playing with the right one. With my scientific God-given brain, instead of me using it for good, let me create viruses and disease and unleash upon the people with the intent to destroy God's people. And so what if a couple of mine suffer from it? You know what I'm saying? It's in the all greater good of the devil's deed, right? Because God ain't got nothing to do with a scientist creating and manipulating things and stuff like that. And to me, if you created and manipulated, I'm sure you got a cure for it. Do you hear me? Everything is about money and power. If you created it, you know how to get rid of it. Duff said. You guys, let me hoard all the land, the money, and natural resources, because they were only meant for black people to have and control. My devil told me so. Y'all, I dare y'all to say God told me so on it. Do you hear me? But this is stuff y'all ain't got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Because we would never enslave you guys. So you would never have to worry about us trying to control all the natural resources and money and land or whatever. Because that's not in our DNA. So with those thoughts of mine being said in the way I said them, y'all, make America great for who? The F not. That's not finna happen. You not finna make America great again for who? You? Cause that ain't gonna benefit me. Or the Indians, or the Jews. It's gonna always benefit the white people. Whatever you do, it's gonna be some kind of benefit. So we just not gonna. Y'all, this one other thought, and I'm about to get off. So y'all, right? I thought it was like our civil right. We had the right to protest, right? Peaceful protest, right? It is people out there rioting, and then it is people that are really peaceful protesting, right? So, if everybody's not out there rioting and looting and stuff, how can you peaceful protest when you putting a curfew on people now? The peaceful protest, now it's like you can't protest. So you really taking people rights away, because see, looting and rioting is not peaceful protesting. It is two different things going on. It's looting and rioting, and it's peaceful protesting. But because you got the looting and rioting and you scary, you know what I'm saying, you like, once again, we finna silence them by making their ass go in the house. You not getting it. You still not getting it. You still not handling it right. Y'all, you got the white people with the guns, you know, right, protesting, talking about openly state up they want to go to work, right? Y'all remember that shit that was on news? They had all them white men standing up there with them flags and with the little guns and shit, which I don't know why did you need a gun to peaceful protest, right? But anyway, but y'all know, I was thinking, like, I don't recall the National Guard and extensive police enforcement when that shit was out, and you got all these white people, men or whatever, walking around with guns. But yeah, they got their little permits for guns, and really, y'all, they don't know if they all hit their permits. But guess what? Because I know they wouldn't walk around checking, and you know why they wouldn't doing that shit? Because they was white, real shit. So anyway. But anyway, it's required for peaceful protesters, for like Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. Y'all gotta have the police, like, just to stand, like, it. I didn't see that. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't see, like, the peaceful protesters. Y'all still gotta police them. Maybe I missed that part. Okay, but anyway. So my thought is, what y'all gonna do when the black people that have concealed weapons peaceful protest with their concealed weapons? You know what I'm saying? The ones that are not rioting and looting, the ones that, the educated, smart ones, the ones that got their shit legally, like them white people that was up there protesting, talking about, who might stay up, I'm ready to go to work, knowing it was a whole pandemic out there where it's still supposed to be out here. Yeah. What you gonna do? Because you already got the National Guard and the police, and what you gonna do when the peaceful protesters bring their concealed weapons to the protest? When you go to ask them for what you gonna do? Walk around and ask everybody for their papers? Like, what? How you gonna handle that? Because clearly, if it was okay for the white protesters to do that stuff, why wouldn't it be okay for the black protesters to do that stuff? Right? Y'all really feel sometimes. See, you still not getting it. You still trying to control and contain. Control and contain. You can't control and contain God, people. Do you hear me? It's funny because y'all still not getting it. Then you study talking about where they're looting and they're rioting, and look. Do y'all know how many black people have been killed by white people? Do you know how many Indian people that have been killed by white people? Do you know how many Jewish people that have been killed by white people? Do you know how many of your own have really been killed by white people? Like you don't hear other races just doing weird. And even if Jews don't like us, if other, they don't like us, and they don't like us behind their doors or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do the most, and it's like y'all still not understanding, not getting it. You still not hearing us. The rioting and looting, that shit is just it. You belong in jail. Stop doing that shit. You belong in jail if you out there stealing and damaging people product, business and stuff. You do belong in jail. But if you peaceful protesting and then you telling these people they can't peaceful protest because you don't like it, or you feel like it's too many black people in one area and you scared. If you're scared, go to church. You hear me? If you scared, you need to find you another job. You're not going to be able to control and contain if you still trying to do the same Do you hear me? Y'all still trying to control and contain. That's the problem. You still not listening to nobody. Even with this shit, you still not listening. Y'all know why they tell people shit like that? Don't give a F about y'all stuff? Because we don't own none of that stuff. We don't own none of that stuff. We ain't got nothing invested in that stuff. We don't own none of that stuff. It ain't no loss to us. And like if you, with them luxury stores, y'all don't even be wanting us in them stores, and y'all, you question when somebody that's black do come in there and got a little chain. So look, let me tell you like this. They don't care. We don't get employment off those stores. We don't care. I mean, like black people don't care about what they taking and them doing it, because they don't. It's not us, and they looking at like it. They don't give a F about us, which is it's wrong. They don't give a F about us, so why should we give a F about them and they stuff? They don't care about us having nothing, so why should we care about them having something? Y'all not here. Y'all don't understand it. If you don't care about me being able to work and provide for my family, why would I care about you having a business to work and provide for yours? That's their part. Nobody gets it. Is they going about it wrong by destroying your stuff and looting it and stuff? Yeah, they are. Everybody don't handle stuff the same. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, like how some people be like, okay, you took my little one from me and I'm just gonna pray for justice. Some people go that part, then somebody will be like, you know what? Some people be like, nah, we gonna run up in their house and we gonna do that after our shit. So people take things and deal with stuff differently. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what I'm about. So I'm just saying, I ain't about a lot of violence, but look, some things call for you to act, take certain measures, but they still and that ain't, no, I don't condone it. I ain't gonna lie, like I told y'all, when you get angry, it feel good to burn somebody's clothes or bust your man tires. Well, you know, I told y'all that, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all, it was just thoughts, and like sometimes when things on my mind, it's like it won't leave me alone until I speak on it, or like just clear it out of my system. So those are just some thoughts that I was thinking, y'all. But like to me, I was like, these people real life still not hearing. Like I saw a video, the damn man that shot the woman with the plastic gun thing, and it landed right here. And the lady was just standing there, the black lady. Y'all see the video. They were just standing around, and all of a sudden the lady dropped. And then you hear the people like, oh my gosh, get it. You know what I'm saying? The bullet was right here, y'all. They could have put that lady eye out. And she wasn't doing nothing but just standing there. She had no gun. She wasn't taking nothing. She was just standing there. And she got hit with the police. And it was a police. It wasn't no somebody in the, it wasn't a civilian. It was one of the police guns, the little pellet things, or the little white bullet thing. It was right there, y'all. And then I heard somebody say another woman here got shot like that. Wasn't doing nothing. At a peaceful protest. Y'all hear me? But you would think somebody wrong when they go get their concealed gun and do a peaceful, y'all be scared senseless. You think you're scared. You not hearing, you not listening still. You not getting it. You still trying to contain and control the NIGGERs, the NIGGAS, whatever you want to call us. You still not looking at us as black American citizens. And until you do that, it ain't going to get no better. Do y'all hear me? It ain't going to get no better. I'm telling you, this is what I know. It's not going to get no better. And I don't know why you're not hearing it. So apparently, apparently you don't have a problem with what's going on. And it's amazing to me. You got the National Guard over here. And you got a pandemic going on. You getting into it with China. Like, make America great again. Why don't you? Make America great again. Why don't you? You doing a fucking good job, 45. Excellent job. Keep up the good work. Y'all, ain't gonna tell you to like, subscribe, or all that shit to my channel. Because I know you probably feel some type of way. I don't give a, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna leave you with this. White people, stop trying to contain and control black people. And what y'all need to be doing is trying to figure out what reparation you're going to give to me from my ancestors, because we still waiting. The Indians got theirs, the Jews got theirs, the white people always had theirs. What the fuck ours is? That's okay. What don't kill us make us stronger, boo. That's all I got to say about that. Bye. Shit.